7:28 right now. Welcome back to Iowa Live. Lou and Jackie here, being joined by a good friend, Kim Baer. It's time to talk about something that is a little uncomfortable for some people, but I think it really needs to be discussed.
Absolutely needs to be discussed. So use us as your excuse this morning to have this conversation with friends, with family members. We're talking about wills and how things can really change if something might happen and you don't have things in place. You might not realize where your belongings are going to end up.
Yeah, exactly. So if you pass away and you don't have a will, people have a lot of assumptions about what will happen. And so, you know, and a will, I mean, we hear it all the time, and frankly, I'm guilty of it too. I mean, you kind of put it off, and you put it off, and you put it off. I mean, I had a will in place that I absolutely would not have wanted to go into effect had I passed away. And my husband and I were going on an international trip, and I pulled out my will, and he's reading it, and he's like, "What?" And I said,
What? I like that.
I know, yeah, because it was written when I was in between marriages, and so, you know, so anyway, it didn't take into affect him at all, you know. So anyway, so we had to get those rewritten, you know, and I'm a lawyer, and obviously I could have done it just like that. So it's things that you really do have to pay attention. So I thought what we'd go through today is what happens if you die and you don't have a will.
So
what might happen?
Different scenarios, yes.
Really quickly, when is a good time to sit down and say we need to get this down in black and white? Is there an age that you recommend? Is there time span? Like I know it can happen anytime, things happen, but when should people really be sitting down and saying we need to get this done?
Well, so typically, you know, there are some milestones that happen in your life that make you kind of stop and think. When you have children, certainly when you get a divorce, and we'll talk about that. As you get older, if you find out that your health is failing, you know, but again, we all have friends and family, you know, that seem like they were doing just fine, and then all of a sudden there's something that's sudden that happens that wasn't expected, you know. So, you know, whether it's a car accident or whether it's a medical diagnosis or a stroke or a heart attack, and then they're not able to, you know, I get calls all the time from the hospital. Can we come down and have somebody sign a living will or sign a power of attorney or sign a will? And, you know, when we get down there, we ask the person several questions to make sure they know where they are, they know what they're doing, and if they don't, we can't have them sign it. We can't do it.
Is it also maybe like when you maybe have acquired things in your life that you would be concerned?
Well, certainly.
Where it goes?
Yes, and sometimes, let's say that you have children from a previous relationship and you're getting married, and maybe you own a business and you've always thought, I'm building my business for my children. Well, now you've got a new spouse, so how do you want to handle that? Because obviously, you know, most people want to provide for their spouse, but at the same time you want to provide for your children. Kids. Yes, and so why don't we just start with that scenario? Let's just say that you have 2 children from a previous relationship, and now you've got a new wife or a new husband, and you have an estate, you have a business that you've built, or maybe you've got investments that you want to make sure, or even equity in your home. If you die without a will, your current spouse will receive half of the real property, half of the personal property, as long as that meets at least $50,000. If you total that up and that's less than $50,000, then it keeps going until they get the equivalent of $50,000. They get to $50,000. Then the rest goes to the kids equally. So, and that might be fine, that might not be fine. You know, you might not want your current spouse to have half, especially, and a will is easy to change. That's the other thing I tell people, because they think, oh, I get this document and I'm done.
Right.
Set
in stone.
It's set in stone. We do codicils. We have people call all the time that have questions, or something's changed and they're like, I need a new will. And I'm like, no. You don't need to expend the money for a whole new will. We can just do an amendment. It's called a codicil. We can just do something that's a lot cheaper, that just changes the parts that you need changed.
An update.
An update, exactly. And that's not that unusual. So the other thing that I'll mention too that we do with our wills that I love is we attach a piece of paper to the back of the will, and that is something that you can hand write what you want, you know, who you want to receive certain things. And I have seen them after people have passed and they've said, okay, my diamond ring goes to Susie. Well, now I'm mad at Susie because she hasn't seen me in 2 years, so I'm going to cross that off. Now my diamond ring is going to go to Taylor. All right, well, now I'm in an argument with Taylor, so I'm going to cross that off, and now my diamond ring is going to... So I've seen one with lots of writings attached. But you don't have to see a lawyer to change that. That's something that's all your handwriting. It's enforceable. And what your will says is that when I pass and you find this will, there should be a list with the will. Please distribute that property to these people. So I love that we do that because it gives people the opportunity to distribute things as they see fit,
without
change
having
their
to go to a
mind.
lawyer.
Right, they don't have to come back and see me. They can, every time they get in a fight with somebody, they can just scratch them off. Yeah, it might be therapeutic, I don't know.
In a little bit different of a direction, it was recently in the headlines, Aretha Franklin, they found a notebook that she had basically written a will that they think, is that legal? Like if I just sit in here and I'm like, okay, I want the ring to go here, is that legal?
It can be, and so that's called a holographic will. And I want to be clear that every state has different laws with regard to how wills are enforceable. And we've done wills for other people in other states, but the first thing I always do is go look and see what does that state require. So for a holographic will, it can be handwritten out, and we obviously don't recommend it because there are certain things that leave it open to being thrown out. But it can be handwritten out, but you need 2 witnesses, and ideally you want 2 witnesses who are not interested. So for instance, if you're, Jackie, if you're gonna handwrite your will and you're gonna leave half of you love working with Lou, so much so that you're gonna leave half of everything to him.
All right.
And Lou is one of your witnesses, then your family members would then say, you know what, we're gonna challenge this.
I'm not so sure about this.
This looks a little hinky.
Yeah.
How is he the witness? So we want 2 independent witnesses.
Okay, so it's possible, but we encourage you getting a document through a lawyer to make it legitimate.
Because I think our base will is $400, and if you call your lawyer, just find out how much they charge you. So it's not that expensive. So I would recommend that you do it right. I had somebody recently come in and say, okay, here, my mom's passed away. Here's the will. It has a trust. Well, it was one of those she'd printed off Zoom or whatever, and it was missing a page. And so that really caused a big headache, so trying to figure out, and all the family had to agree. And one of the things that most law firms do is once you sign the will, then we give the original to the person, but we also keep copies.
So just in case something like that pops up. All right, let's go back to playing Who Gets What.
Yes, who gets what. So a couple of scenarios I really wanted to make sure I got across today, and the other one is that let's say that Lou and I are married, and we have 2 kids, and we get divorced, and I don't have a will. When I die, everything, and I'm not remarried, everything I have is going to go to the children. Now, if they are minors, you're going to be in charge of the money. That might not sit very well with me, because if I don't really like you, or maybe one of the big reasons we got divorced is because you're really bad with money, or I just don't trust you, I'm probably going to be rolling over in my grave saying, oh gosh darn. So in those cases, what we would do is, if you have minor children, we set up a trust inside the will. It's a little bit more expensive, not a whole lot, that then you can name who's going to be in charge of the money.
So it assures the money goes to where you want it to go.
Exactly. And especially if we just got divorced and then I get hit by a bus or something, now you're going to be in charge basically of, because the kids are in charge of deciding, is my house going to be sold, all of that kind of stuff. Because I don't have an executor either. So, those 2 scenarios. Then the other thing is, let's say that you don't have any children and you're not married and you pass. What you need to know is that first your estate goes up, so it goes up to your parents.
Oh, really?
Yes. So, but if your parents are not alive, then it goes to your siblings. So just remember, up, and then it goes to the side.
Okay.
I have lots of friends that would not want their siblings to have anything.
Say, what if you don't want your siblings to have it?
Or they like this sibling, but they don't want that sibling, So, or maybe mom and dad are fine and they would rather have it go to their siblings.
That could be too.
Yeah. So maybe you love your siblings and you want it to go to your siblings. So I just think that people don't realize that how easy, number one, it is to do a will, and then number 2, if you don't have a will, it's going to be dictated by law, by Iowa law.
Wow. Okay, so a lot of things to consider, and there's a lot of reasons to get a will in place.
Yes, a lot of reasons to give your lawyer a call, ask them how much they charge for a will, and get to working on it.
I like the idea you can just put attach a sheet to it and put specifics on the back sheet.
Yes. All of our clients love that. Yeah.
Well, get it done the right way so it is legal and you don't have to worry about it anymore. Let us be your excuse to get the conversation started, but if you want the conversation to go in the right direction, give Kim Baer a call. And how can they get a hold of you, ma'am?
Sure, just give us a call at 279-2000. We offer a free consultation to come on in and have a cup of coffee.
Love it.
Nice. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
hopefully we answered a lot of questions here this morning, because we got a lot of answers.
Yeah.
All right, it is 7.